Hey everybody, this episode of the Lewis Sabin Video Podcast is brought to you by thanks to Joe Rogan, the JRE, the Joe Rogan Experience Podcast. is available on iTunes, Ustream, and YouTube. Without Joe, I would have never thought about doing this podcast. A huge thanks to him. Also, a huge thanks to Zions, the only energy drink I drink. 0 calories, 0 sugar, no crash, no jitters. The original great-tasting zero-calorie energy drink with real energy for real people. The unique formula to give you the power to #power2. And that's that shit. I'm not sponsored by either of these companies. You're giving like a weird, creepy stare. I just noticed it.
I've just been watching you do your spiel, and I was like, "Oh shit, he's got this thing down."
I've done this 23 times.
I know you have.
I'm here. I've got this down.
It's just a little
intimidating.
Because you got your little spiel. You're like, "All right, let's get into the nitty gritty shit."
Exactly. My guest today is Christian Rios, a very good friend of mine, and let's crack this baby open. Oh, good. You actually knew how to do that.
I didn't say I didn't watch your videos. I just knew you had your spiel.
Oh, okay.
It's different in real life.
Yes, it is.
Can't like rewind it if I, fuck up something.
Well, that's why I don't edit these. I want you to see me fuck up.
True.
I went through that spiel actually in the last one. Because my cousin's like, so it looks really unprofessional that you don't edit. I was like, I don't edit for a reason. Really, Lily? You gotta make sure you chew as loud as possible.
I'm listening.
But he was like, it just looks really unprofessional. So in the last one, I finally went through it and was like, all right, here's why I don't do that. I want you to see that I'm fucking up. If I'm wrong, call me out. I'll correct myself. I got called out only so far once.
Comments below.
Yeah.
And subscribe.
Or on the Facebook page, which is the Lewis Sabin Video Podcast on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. It is free to join. Do your own thing. Like it if you want to. Do not. I wouldn't think I'd have to tell people this. Do not send me a friend request. If I don't know you, I'm not going to friend you. Like the podcast all you want, but I'm not going to friend you. It's just not going to happen. I've had like 8. They're like, your podcast is really cool. I'm like, I'll direct you to the page. No, I don't want to be the page. I want to be friends with you. And I'm like, I don't know who you are. It's just a rule I have.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Who is you? I don't know.
So I was going through Xbox, the video watcher thingy, because they have like a bunch of horror movies on. They have their own Xbox video where you can watch like movies and shit. You can rent them. And the Resident Evil set was in there, and I was like, how much you want to bet your dig is only put 1 through 4 in here? Nope, 5 is on there.
Wait,
so
what?
5 is on Xbox Video. It's $12. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to have to get on my one and watch this after I get some money on here because I'm broke.
Aren't we all
on
broke?
Xbox. I have 0. I spent it all.
On what? Porn?
I spent it on the only thing I always spend my money on.
Booze? And porn?
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
Food.
Yeah, that's the top 3 things, yeah.
I had to go through the list.
And the occasional video game every once in a long while. But yeah, no, I did the same thing that I would do if I could get all the money if I could get all the money that I spent on Poontang back. You know what I spent it on?
More Poontang?
More Poontang. That's from Bad Grandpa. I have to make sure I say that because otherwise I can get sued. My cousin asked me that once. He was like, why do you always correct yourself when you say shit? I'm like, because if someone sees this and thinks that I'm trying to take credit for their shit, I get my thing taken down and get sued. It's really gay. You'd think that obviously I'm not getting paid by any of these people. So
wait, we gotta be politically correct.
No.
That's dumb. No, it's gay.
No.
It's gay.
It's gay.
Like, we don't give a fuck.
That is not a call out to any gay people. My people who know me know that I don't mean that. If you are confused in any way by what I mean, I'm sorry, but go fuck yourself.
If you're gay, you probably will. So, regardless of what you're doing to yourself.
I mean, I just got done doing that myself, so.
It doesn't surprise me. Like, it doesn't surprise me anymore.
And how long are we at? 4 minutes and 51 seconds it took me before I referenced my penis.
It's a solid almost 5 minutes right there.
That's a record.
Yeah.
That's how shit goes. So, did you finally get done reading The Martian?
Yes.
How was that?
Really, really good.
Don't tell me the ending. I want to watch it.
It was really, really
Obviously,
good.
nothing happens to him. I mean, he doesn't, like, die, so.
But, like,
it's
man.
how plot works.
It's
the main character.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean,
you could.
If it's a good movie, then you should kill the main character just for shits and giggles. Like, see what the side characters will do. That'd be an amazing movie.
Imagine what Neville would have done if they killed Harry. Like, actually. He'd have been a boss.
He would have been a boss-ass bitch. He would have taken over Hogwarts and be like, all right, motherfuckers, now listen right here. I was supposed to be a Hufflepuff, but I'm courageous as fuck. So y'all niggas gonna listen to me now. I'm the new Harry Potter.
That's probably how that would go, actually.
I mean, he chopped the snake's head off. That was a penis reference. Just a tip.
I got that.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Just a tip. So you're like...
So I watched Cards Against Humanity get played on some game, like a normal talk thing on YouTube. So whoever's YouTube channel is, I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. I typed in Cards Against Humanity, popped up. It's one of the top ones on there. And Lana was playing it.
Lana?
Yeah.
Like, Lana!
Yeah, Aisha Tyler. I saw that and I was like, oh shit, I gotta watch this. It was funny and not funny because like 3 out of the 4 people thought it was funny. Like they knew what the point of the game was. It's to see how funny you can be for the most part. Or how outrageous. And the other woman was just so uptight that it made it kind of not fun. She was like, I'm really competitive and I don't quite get what's going on. It's like, then you should go home. Because this game is for people who are normal, who think that this shit's funny.
No.
Well,
that
normal.
game is for twisted people who think that weird, messed up shit is funny as hell.
Like, what could be, what is it? Doctor, help me. I think something's wrong with my blank, and it's fiery poops or whatever the hell is your answer.
My Jews. There's something wrong with my Jews. They're all dead. They're all
There's something wrong in
dead.
Auschwitz.
Like, once you get the Jew card or, like, dead babies, I feel like you don't need any more cards. You're fine. Or David Bowie riding on lightning. Or a tiger. A lion made of lightning. That's what it is. Yeah. Trump cards.
Cock is another one.
Because my cock.
Mm-hmm. Because, fuck, what is it? It's the one that has to do... Before I kill you, Mr. Bond, I'm going to show you my blank or something like that. That's always my answer on that.
Large collection of sex toys.
Yep, that's my other one, too.
That's basically that was Skyfall anyway.
Pretty much. So how do you feel about the next one?
Yeah. Like, it looks kind of good.
I'm really happy that they're adding the guy from Inglourious Bastards. And he's also in Django. I can't think of his fucking name. The doctor.
Oh, yeah. He's like one of my favorite people.
That's probably Jew, German, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, he's German. But, yeah, that dude. He's funny as shit.
Mm-hmm. He's going to be, again, I don't know this, but I'm assuming he's playing Doctor No. Or a version of.
Mm-hmm.
But this is going to be Daniel Craig's last movie. I mean, for Bond. They've talked about it, and it's one of those where you go, he can renew his contract. And say, fuck all of you.
But he doesn't really want to.
But he came out in a tweet and was like, I'm really not interested in being Bond anymore. And he's like, it was fun, but I can't be James Bond forever, so I might as well go on to other roles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, look, Sean Connery only did 5 or 6.
I think he did 5.
We have the internet. I'll ask it. This is what I do. When I go, I don't know what I'm doing.
This is a transition song. They could probably definitely see me still doing this shit. Right?
Yeah, they can. They can see you.
Can. And I can't see them.
Because I've done that before.
That's a little intimidating right there. Because I could probably watch myself. That's fucked up.
Did Sean Connery made? Well, whoever made that stupid.
Well,
7. We were close. We said 6. I think.
Yeah, we said, like, I said 5.
5 or 6. Close-ish. 7.
Eh. What you got your thinking face for?
I don't think he was supposed to do 7. I think he was supposed to do 4. And then they brought in, I don't remember if it was him or if it was one of the other guys, somebody else, and he did 1 and went, fuck it.
No idea.
I know, I forget who it is, did 1. And he went, no one's going to watch this. He quit.
You fucked up. You fucked up big time.
Well, he's a male model, so. No, not Zoolander. I don't remember. This is didn't drive me nuts too. I don't know his fucking name. I'm not gonna look it up though.
Who? Oh, the guy.
The guy that did 1 movie. I know his name. They talked about it on the Joe Rogan podcast actually. They're like, well, he only did 1. He's like, why would you only do 1? Well, he was a male model, and they brought him in, and because it was the 70s and it was laid back, be friendly, who's gonna watch an uptight agent in a suit? Nobody. So fuck you, I'm leaving. Major fuck up. When someone asks you to be James Bond, you don't ask questions. You just go, okay. I mean, you already know based on, well now, other movies, there's going to be very hot women. You're probably going to end up on screen fucking one of them. You're going to get to blow shit up. What more can you ask for?
Booze?
Well, he does drink, so.
So nothing.
Which, by the way, you cannot have the original James Bond martini anymore.
The one that they light on fire?
The one that he orders in the original movie. Originally written in the books and all that, you can't order it. The main, one of the main ingredients, I forget what it is, isn't made anymore.
That's a little disappointing.
Yeah. You can get really close, but you can't add, I forget what the fuck it is. I read it on Maxim.
You read Maxim?
I get stuff from them on Facebook. I used to have a subscription. Well, Brian used to have a subscription. It was sent to the house. We left it in the bathroom for people to read. Which was, I'm not making this up. Ask Jordan.
I can't even see Brian like subscribe, like just on that little piece of paper. Brian Dewey.
I think it said or resident or something like that. And we left it in the bathroom for people to read.
I get Mental Floss. That's the only magazine I pay for.
I see. Well, I pay for other magazines, but they don't show up at the house.
Yeah, I know. I have to bring you to Cirillas to get that.
Yep. In case you haven't noticed this, I'm not shy about anything.
Nope.
No. My friends have learned this. They're like, don't reference his penis. Don't reference anything about penises. Why? Because we will go on about it. He can tell you.
Oh, yeah. We had some odd conversations about that.
Male genitalia.
And a lot more. A lot more.
Like if you take this one antidepressant drug, you can grow man boobs. Side effect. Imagine that. You're like 20 years old, you feel depressed, you take this antidepressant med, the next thing you know, you got giant hooters.
One day you're like wearing some, 5 AAA cups. Next day it's like 32 double Ds.
Oh, I was going to compare it to standing in your backyard one day and realize it's raining, and the next day you walk out there, there's a fucking unicorn. I mean, imagine that. You could reach that far. You could go to yourself.
I don't want that.
I don't want that.
I don't want that at all.
I'm just saying.
Like, I only imagined you doing that, Lewis. Like,
I know.
I didn't imagine anybody else doing that except for you, and that was pretty disturbing.
Extraventricular gamut announced.
Just like stick his face in his own breast. Like,
you would have to do it at least once. Damn it, I'm choking to death.
Girl.
Oh my god. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Oh my god, what the fuck? Shit.
So we went and saw The Green Inferno.
Yes.
That was a waste of
That
time.
was no. It was
not a waste of time. It was
Okay.
a great movie, but
Okay.
not for the reasons.
Yeah. Let's reiterate. It was a great movie because twisted people could laugh at it. Because I busted out laughing.
We are so fucked.
I just lost my shit.
Yeah, it was funny.
Other people would be like, "Oh, that's so gory. That's messed up. All the things that they did were fucked up." I'd be like, "No, that shit was funny." If I wanted to make like a snuff film and try to make it funny, that's pretty much exactly what it would be like.
Just lots more fucking.
Yeah, just a little bit more.
A lot more.
Well, I mean, there was some nudity.
In the Simba moment. We both got it at the same time.
We are some dirty people.
It happens.
I don't care.
Yeah, what are you going to do? I'm going to take this fucked up claw thing and shove it up your vulva. Oh, hey, by the way, if it doesn't bleed, you're wrong. Didn't work. Fuck! Next person. Ah! Aha! I got one. This guy like trying to go fishing and you're only fishing for like brown trout in your anus. And you end up finding a pike. Which, by the way, so I don't know if you've seen this. This is a YouTube channel. It's something you have to do with like obnoxious texts or tweets or whatever the fuck it is. And it's like celebrities reading them. Every once in a while they have a celebrity do it. They had Sasha Grey on. I don't have to explain who that is, hopefully. Okay, good.
No.
I did when I watched it. I was like, everyone knows who that is. Go see my movie, Open Window. No one's gonna go see that. It's a waste of time. Yep. That'd be a waste of time. But one of the things on there was hilarious. You should go watch it. I'll figure out which channel it's on and send it to you.
Link in the doobly-doo.
Maybe. I'll just send it to you.
Oh, just to me?
Yeah.
No links for you.
Links for you. Oh, that reminds me. Did you see the one that I said of the funny or whatever the fuck it is, where it said that about the truck? There's no truck that says no car for you.
Oh.
That was great.
I can get used to this.
Yeah.
Eating and drinking in front of a camera and just talking about things that I want to talk about.
Yeah. Pretty much.
It's almost gone.
That's sad.
I know.
And they're so cheap.
Yeah.
Because why is the science gone?
Why is it always gone?
Because. Just because. That's why.
Because. Sorry, you had me curious on your anus.
Now we are Googling things.
I'm actually Googling because I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the problem with it? What's the problem with your anus, Luke?
I mean, when I eat hot food, there's all sorts of problems with my anus, but need to put a cold washcloth in the freezer. Those are delicious.
Oh, he got sad.
Yeah. We used to feed flaming hot Cheetos to our well, Sam did this, not me, to Reggie, our English setter, because it never registered in his head that, ouch, this is hot, I shouldn't eat it. So you'd hand him one and he'd go, oh yay, and eat it, and then he'd go, hot, fuck, hot, and then he'd go drink some water and come back over and go, hey, give me another one of those.
Yeah, that was
good.
Like,
you're like,
that was good.
Okay.
Like, you want it. All right.
That's usually what I say to women, too. You want it? All right, I guess. Only half the time. There's other times where you have to ask a question in between somewhere.
Are you just looking at each other, talking to each other?
YouTube channel. I can't do live broadcast yet. You have to have X amount of followers, because I tried to do it already and it doesn't work.
I remember you telling me
It's a
that.
pain in the dick. I was like, I'm going to do a live broadcast.
So,
Yay!
like,
and then I went on there and I was
so,
like,
immediately, like, as soon as they said you can't do it, you just had this growing pain in your penis.
no, it's more like around my asshole. I think it was a hemorrhoid.
Because you got fucked?
Yeah, by them.
Yeah, YouTube's YouTube, man. Now there's YouTube Red. Have you heard about YouTube Red?
No.
It's not porn, first of all.
Well, in that case, I'm only like half interested now.
YouTube Red is this new thing by YouTube where you can like have YouTube online and offline. You can like download certain videos. You pay like $10 a month and you can download videos. That you get special content from certain users. Like PewDiePie is making a horror story with the makers from The Walking Dead. So like that's gonna be like really good. I'm not sure if the Vlog Brothers are gonna do something special.
That reminds me. Did you know that Greg Nicotero, the guy that does all the costume and design and makeup and shit for Walking Dead, did Ring Inferno?
He made it? Or?
No, he did all the makeup and special effects. So all the blood and shit, why it looked actually
that
kind of
makes
real,
sense now.
was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the part that didn't suck, the makeup and all that.
The
actually looked
all the messed up crap that happened, that was good.
Because we were so fucked. Bam! And he just went, dumbass. The blade scene.
You guys aren't fucked. That guy that just fell like 500 feet from the sky.
I think it was a woman.
He's fucked.
Whoever the fuck it was.
Whoever fell from the sky, they're fucked.
Which was funny.
It was funny.
Because it wasn't like you knew they left the plane. You're just a group of people standing there. You're like, okay, there's a group of people here. Yay. And then all of a sudden, bam! Oh, shit! Evidently one of them was missing.
I just laughed. Like, I saw all of them fly out the back
plane.
part of the plane.
Yeah.
And they were still in their seat when they hit the ground. I just lost it. It was too funny.
Yeah. By the way, if you should ever try to remake a live, first of all, don't. Secondly, if you were, the special effects they used for the whole tail coming off the plane thing, that's what it should look like. Great movie. You ever seen it? Alive?
I don't think I have.
Oh, shit. True story about a rugby team that crashed in the Andes. Want to know what fun date they crashed on?
420?
Nope.
No.
No.
Made Ryan laugh.
Yeah. No, they crashed on my birthday, October 13th of like 1968 or 78 or something like that. That's how I always remember when it
You
was.
know that work today?
Well, I work. It's just
4 o'clock.
I don't work till 4.
Oh.
It's kind of nice.
Yes, it is. It is great. It is fantastic. And then,
Then
you
I
work
get out
until
at 12.
like, I was going to say like 1 o'clock, so.
So, it's a give some, take some.
It's not bad.
Just like prison, you give some, you take some. You hide in the library with Brooks, so that way no one rapes you. You learn about the bird. And eventually lets go Jake, and then he never sees it again, and then he hangs himself. Because I'm about to throw up any roadblocks, not for no quick like me.
You still going to Arizona?
Next year.
Yeah, he's moving, by the way.
Shit, here in Michigan.
I'm in
cold.
a t-shirt and shorts. It's not that cold out.
Dude, I'm wearing like 3 sets of socks right now. Like, you see this one, but there's like a short sock, and then inside there's another long sock, and then there's the wool sock.
You sound like me at deer camp. And I was still cold.
I'm just cold. It's cold here in Michigan.
Because like I said in the car, what temperature is it?
I don't know.
10. Yeah, but 10 Celsius Fahrenheit, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's cold.
It's just cold. You sit out in the deer blind for 3.5 hours, and you go, today was actually eventful. I saw a squirrel.
Celsius is pretty warm. It's like 40, that's like today.
There you go. You learn
It's
something
50.
every day. Oh! 47 in Grand Haven. 41 in Ida.
It's Ida. And light rain.
Well, I can see that. I can see that, Hayden.
Hey, it shows it on the screen too. Look, light rain. Look at the screen. It shows little baby raindrops. Okay, you can't see it, but it's there.
I'm gonna say, hang on. You're trying to.
Ah!
I was saying, like, try the other angle sometimes. It works.
Focus.
Something that we don't do.
What? Focus.
Focus.
Yeah, I know. While you were saying that, I was doing something completely different. I was looking at my phone and checking on Uranus.
Sometimes you need to check in on Uranus from time to time. Make sure it's still there.
Just make sure it's working and it's It's proper. It's
We
nice.
can go on
and
for
did
like
up.
3 minutes about Uranus.
I mean, we can.
We can keep
Well,
going.
like the thing I was
You
looking
can't
up
make
was-
an entire comedy show out of fart jokes. You can if they're well written.
And we didn't write these, so.
No, this is all I have with me.
Oh yeah, but it's a gas giant. I forgot about that. But it's also like the
Oh,
reason
ironic.
that you can't live there is because one is like freezing. It's the coldest planet.
Colder than a well digger's ass. Than a well digger's Uranus.
How would it be his Uranus? It would be your Uranus
Yes, it would.
because it's Uranus,
Yes.
not mine.
I can't speak English, so.
I'm on a hiatus on Uranus.
Did you say it's a gaseous state? How ironic.
No, it's a gaseous planet.
Again, still, how ironic.
It's just this hole. It just produces this mass amount of gas. Ironically, ammonia too.
We wonder how they came up with the name. They're like, it's basically a giant asshole. Hey, Uranus.
It's Greek.
Obviously, you love Greek. Get it?
Are you my hero?
Yes. That's from Archer, by the way.
Oh God, it smells like a deer at Gandhi's thong.
Oh, God, the curry. This shirt smells like a deer Gandhi's thong. Hey, Krieger, you gotta smell this. It's just not in there. You try and be nice to people, and Lana! Hey, what's this smell like? Like the dysfunctional asshole I left 3 months ago? Do you want ants? Because that's how you get
Because
ants.
that is how you get ants. I say that at work all the time. Because we mix like cocoa and shit. So when we just spill it all over the floor,
You gotta get down on your knees and just snip that shit up.
you don't want what's on that floor.
You don't want what's on that floor. You don't need what's on that floor.
But you can have what's on that floor if you really want it.
You can't handle what's on this floor. Sorry, I'm totally going to you. Get back here.
This guy.
This is what I do on a regular basis.
We have very odd conversations when we're together, and I don't know how we get to that point.
Simple. Me.
And me. We both just like rant about something. It's not a rant. It's more like we start talking about something, and then it just becomes this huge thing for some reason.
Yes, it does. So speaking of rants, yesterday I ranted on about. Well, you commented on it, I think. I sent it to my page and the group, the podcast group. The thing about before anorexia.
Oh, yeah.
There was something called sexy. I went through like an actual blip on that and was like, well, I think personally you should just be yourself.
Always.
Because I went on a thing about,
It's like the most attractive quality is being able to. If you know yourself, then you should be comfortable with everybody. I don't give a fuck. Oh,
proof.
I didn't even know that you were
Us.
like pointing.
I was like, proof. Us. We don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
But yeah. Well, I was talking about that because I was reading on, was it Twitter? It's either Twitter or Facebook or something like that. Some like 14-year-old girl's parents got pissed at her because she wouldn't eat. She tried to do that thing where you throw up every day. I don't know what that bulimia.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I think that's it. And she started dressing like oddly different than what she used to. And they're like, well, what's with this change? And she explained that because she was going into high school, well, I have to look like one of the Kardashians. In order to do that, I have to look this skinny and this because that's what men find attractive. And I went on a rant about how, well, that's not correct. Because if the guy doesn't like you for being you, fuck him. Not literally.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. If he's someone like me and he's a nice guy, you should. But literally. Just trying to get some help. It won't work, trust me. I don't have enough views for it to work.
Yeah.
Four.
If you call Lou at 616, I don't give a fuck.
Thank you for not actually. I was like, please don't give, but that's bad. My cousin would do this.
616, I don't give a fuck. And it's the letters, like IDGAF. And if you're telling me that that's not a full phone number, then you are correct.
I wondered how you were going to go with that. I was like, you can go. If you tell me it's not a full number, you can go fuck yourself.
I mean, you can. If you really want to. It's your provocative, as long as it's provocative.
Just said provocative twice.
I know.
One didn't work.
No, it's your provocative.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's a phrase.
Prerogative, I think is what you're going with.
No, it's provocative.
I'm pretty sure it's
I
prerogative.
know it's prerogative. I just say provocative.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't sure that was like an honest mistake. So I was
No.
like, that's weird. If you make a mistake like that.
I on purpose choose to say something wrong.
I educated me to say things weird every once in a long while because why not?
I mean, you're not wrong. I was wondering how long it was going to take for me to say that, and it took 30 minutes, almost 31. Jordan, if you're watching this, you're welcome. If you're not, then
You're not
fuck
wrong.
you.
Oh, he hasn't watched this in forever, to my knowledge.
Oh, fuck.
Because I mentioned to him last time I talked to him that I'm still doing this. And he was like, oh, you still do that? I was like, yes, I still do something I enjoy.
What the fuck?
You were going to do like half, and I was going to push your head the rest of the way.
That's how you get the people's attention. When you like start off your podcast, they'll be like, "Hey, this is the Lou Sabin video thing, and we got the designs, and then you drink it." And then in the background, you got me like Lou's podcast video, ding, 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 transition song, and then it's you doing that.
Well, I tried the thing with the
I have
doors.
ideas.
Yeah, I told you the thing about the doors that I did.
Like the band?
Yeah.
Oh.
I played People Are Strange.
Mm-hmm.
I was messaged by somebody on here. I can't remember the guy's name. Some random person who was like, yo, you can't do that. I just thought I'd let you know because I realized you're new to this. You can't do that.
Mm.
You don't have the rights from the
Yeah.
band, so you can't do that. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that. Thanks for letting me know. He messaged me on Facebook, like on my actual Facebook, and I was like, first of all, motherfucker, how did... That was my immediate reaction.
First of all, thank you.
First of all,
what
it
the
was,
fuck?
he was like, motherfucker, don't... Like, I didn't know who he was. So my first, thought was really, how many times to tell you people don't actually contact me? If you want to say something about the podcast, go on the group. And I clicked on it, and I was like, oh, that was really cool how you opened up with the doors, because it kind of goes with how your podcast is. It's kind of different. Strange, different. He was like, oh, I thought I'd let you know you can't do that. And I was like, oh, shit. Well, thank you.
I'll just make you a jingle, man.
I just got to figure out how to insert it in here. Eventually, this will get more and more.
You put your dick in it.
That would be Jordan's answer, yes. But you see, I don't want to rate my computer.
You've done worse to it.
No, I haven't actually.
What's on the keyboard?
Nothing.
What's that white spot?
Where?
Yeah, exactly. I just made you think about it.
I was like, because I don't know what you're talking about, so where? It's probably dust.
No.
No.
You know what I'm talking about.
I've never done that on my computer. The only one I've done that to is the dead one behind me. My old one that's got the giant deck
Oh,
screen.
I didn't know you had a hooker right there. Oh, my arm. Right in the funny bone. Oh.
Yeah, it's not wise to do that. You should probably be aware of your surroundings.
Shut up, blind person.
Confucius says, he who does not look around his area shall run into shit. Confucius says, when you put ground may be wet sign in front of a blind person, he will run over it.
Or hit it with a stick.
No, usually I just run over it.
Oh,
Or hit it with my stick if I missed it.
right in the funny bone. Right where all the nerves are. Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
That happens from time to
I'm
time.
still in pain.
Yeah, you'll bounce back. But yeah, the other one that's got the giant deck in it, which I still need to transfer my hard drive on here. Or I should rephrase, I need to transfer the stuff that I need from that hard drive on here and some other stuff on here that I don't need onto that hard drive.
Yes.
Like my iTunes never recovered, which is a bitch, because I had a lot of really good music on there.
You can get it on here.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. I tried it. Didn't work. It recovered some of it, but not like any of the.
But then iTunes is dumb. But we already knew that.
We already knew that it's an Apple product, so yeah. I like to tell people that I hate Apple.
And there's good things about Apple and bad things about Apple.
Mostly bad.
I'm not gonna disagree with that one. I mean,
Don't believe me? Call their helpline.
True.
You'll find out immediately
True.
what's wrong when you have to go through 90 different questions to get to one person.
And
They don't know what's ever wrong with it.
they just Google it.
Yeah.
Kind of like the rest of us do. But I mean, Apple is user friendly. Apple decided to make a product that's like, all right, if you know how to use the one that we made like 8 years ago, you'll still know how to use the one that we made today. There may be a little bit of changes, but you'll basically know how to use the whole entire system if you've used it before. Where Android is like, listen, motherfucker, we changed some shit. And if you don't know how to do it, you better Google that shit right now. Because you ain't going to know how to do it.
That's usually what I do. I usually just Google.
And it's nice. I mean, it kind of sucks that we have to buy our own little SD cards. But then again, it's kind of awesome. Because then we could just take it out if we want to put another one in. Shut up.
No comment. These are the things that I do to him. I do the same thing to his mom, actually. That sounded bad.
That was
There's
bad.
another one. The best one, I wasn't able to say anything, and it still bugs me that I didn't get to say anything. Your brother was there to save her day because Chloe jumped in my
Because he
lap.
was there.
Yeah. Their dog, Chloe, jumped in my lap, and she's a sweetheart. And I was like, scratching her belly, and she's got like a big smile on her face. And his mom goes, Chloe is just so happy to see you because, oh God, Lou knows how to touch all the right places or something, scratch all the right places. And I went from, Chloe's a good girl to, what did you say? And she goes, oh crap. And then Gabe walked in the room, and I just go, you're really lucky.
You're
your
really
son
lucky
walked in
that
here.
your kid's right there.
And she's like, well, I'm like, otherwise, so many thoughts have entered my mind.
Too many things. Too many things.
Overload
Yeah.
and shut down.
That happened at work. Where, all right,
That happens in work a lot.
this girl, right? Her name's Sam. She decides to like jump on this box, right?
Yeah.
Put all her weight on it, on her tippy toes, with her ass in the air. And she's like, it's just so much. I can't fit it all in my box. And I just looked at her and I just went, too many things. I'm not even going to touch base with any of them, but I want you to know.
So many.
Too many things.
System is overloading with too many things.
There was just so much that I could have said. And I didn't say it. You're welcome.
I just realized this. That background is really amusing now that I've got this open. Because before it was just like a black screen because I had my own thing up. But now I get the dog making that funny ass face. I didn't realize you had the villain from Archer on your phone.
Popeye?
Yeah.
That's my dad.
Nice. Oh,
Well, apparently I got to go take this phone call.
awesome. I can get him without you, kind of. Maybe. I mean, for a minute. But yeah, that's pretty much how this shit goes. Just gotta go take a phone call. I guess I'll do what I normally do. Sports news as of right now. Several drivers were eliminated from NASCAR. Other than that, not much is going on. Movies that we went and saw. Like I said, we went and saw The Green Inferno. I gotta get him to talk about Crimson Peak. We missed the first 15 minutes. Still a good movie. I'm trying to think off the top of my head now. The Martian, we're going to talk about here in a minute, hopefully. That I plan on seeing. Other than that, really not much going on. Hopefully I'll be able to go into Bob here and do some stand-up comedy. They're going to have an open mic night Thursday or something like that, which is today. Texas Christian plays West Virginia, tonight at 7:30. Other than that, actually, there's nothing going on. I don't have a pause banner on here anymore, so I don't know how to work it, so we get to wait. I'm back in a second. Yeah. Hunting season going on right now, for those who are interested. And on Joe Rogan's podcast, I just got done listening to a podcast with Steve Rinella, really famous. Well, not really famous. He has his own show on the Outdoor Channel, I think is what it's on. Really interesting guy. Talked about hunting in Bolivia, I think is where he said he was hunting. Really interesting podcast. You guys should check that out if you're interested in hunting or if you want to get interested in it. They discussed a little bit about his book that he just came out with. Let me open iTunes. I can tell you what the most recent one is. Most recent podcast was actually released today, and that's with John Wayne Parr. Need some information on him real quick. John Wayne Parr is an Australian middleweight kickboxer and boxer fighting out of Banchu Gym in the Gold Coast, Queensland. He is 10-time world champion in Muay Thai and runner-up in the Contender Asia. So another fighter that they're going to have on. He should be worth listening to. Try and do that. That reminds me. In mixed martial arts news, Brendan Schaub retired, and John Jones is off of his suspension. He's been reinstated. But Nick Diaz is still suspended because, pot's worse than hit and run with cocaine. But whatever. I crack open that. That song stuck in my head. Now People Are Strange is stuck in my head. Boom, boom, boom. Pretty good, actually. I wish I had my phone by me. I'd do a without Christian timer. Try and get us back on your way here in a second. Let me go to the Facebook page real quick. On December 10th, they're gonna the fighters main event's been replaced. Rose Namajunas is now going to be fighting Paige Van Zandt, which is a little bit better fight. I personally am very excited. Hopefully Rose gets destroyed by Paige. Best case scenario. Let me see. Where's the topic I wanted to discuss? Here we are. Nope, that's not it. Don't know if I discussed that or not. Jermichael Finley retired. Tight end for Green Bay. Let me double check this real quick. That's what I thought. So the debate was last night. That was interesting. Some interesting topics discussed. Where we found out that a couple of these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But there's a meme circulating right now, of Congresswoman, I stand corrected, Michelle Bachmann said something to the effect of, the meme says that it's it compares the wall that's being made in Mexico compared to the wall in China. And it's 100% misquoted. She never said anything like that, unfortunately, because it'd be fucking funny if she did. But at the moment, that's what it looks like, from what I've been able to read. I tried to find the exact interview where they claimed she said that. I couldn't find it anywhere she referenced it at all. The only place I could find that she referenced it was either the second, I think this is the third debate they've had. It's either the second debate or it was in comparison to last night. And she commented on Palin running when she ran. She's not running. When she did run. Knowing about Russia, having a good gut feeling. And then she also covered Trump, who has a good gut feeling about the Iran plan, which I think they should maybe read something before they comment on shit like this. But, yeah. I think you just said something about how it's cold out there. It is. Yeah, it's chilly outside. It's not too bad. I mean, I'm in, like I said, shorts. But it could be worse. I really should have done this with 3 people. This crossed my mind. But, yeah. I think somebody else just called. Work. He's having work troubles. Shit like that happens. Sorry, I got a loose piece of skin on my finger. Bugging me. Ta-da!
Oh my god, it's freezing outside.
I just commented on that a second ago. I was like, I think he just said something about how it's cold. Like, it is a bit chilly.
Oh, it's cold.
It's a wee bit chilly.
It's a wee bit. I don't know, it's fucking cold. It is fucking cold.
Sausage? Full of white stuff? It's full of pepper jack cheese. It's actually really good. I found those when I went up to Lake City because that's one of the first places I found them, and I just was like, fuck it, I'll give it a shot in case they taste like shit. Pretty bad. Pretty good.
Pretty good. So what you been talking about?
Nothing.
You've just been staring at the...
No, I've been talking about, like, off random shit. Like, I talked about how Paige Van Zandt's fight got rescheduled. Well, not rescheduled, but she's not fighting the person she thought she was fighting. Couple off-brand topics about the debate last night and how there's a meme going around that's not true. Imagine that.
A meme?
Mm-hmm. So, Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann, she claimed... So, one of the big topics is Trump wants to build a bigger wall between Mexico and us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, his I never thought I'd say this. I actually agree with his point. His point is he wants to build the wall, and he wants to put, and I quote from last night, a huge door in the middle. And so that way when people want to come over here, they have to go through, the screening and everything, and they'll then come in legally. Now, how that is all going to be executed, I'm sure he actually has no idea how it's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
He claims he does, but I doubt it. It's a good idea in theory. I've actually been saying that for years, that we should build a better way to get in from there legally, as opposed to just don't come over here.
I mean, if you want to build a wall, you should build it, around Texas and, California. You know what I mean?
Right along the border.
the spots that Mexico had in the beginning and then America took over. They should be
ones
legal.
we took from them?
They should be legal in, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California. Those 4 spots, they should be legal.
Actually,
they should be fun.
If you're white and you live in California, you are a minority. It's hard. It's hard to believe that, but most.
It's not hard to believe that at all.
Well, actually, a lot of people say it's really difficult to believe. Well, it's because most of the people who live there are either Hispanic or Black or Latino or from other foreign nations that are on that side, Asian, etc. But if you're white, I guess that would include Asian because they are white, but my head went to non-Americans. White and American.
If you're European,
yes,
your descendants were European.
You are a minority. It's just interesting to know. Here, opposite. It's the opposite. If you're white, you're the majority.
And I'm not white, but I look just as pale as you.
Yeah, I know. That's the fun part. I like to tell people, oh yeah, they're like, oh, your other white friend, he's not white. Yeah, he is. No, he's not. He's half Mexican.
I'm a Latino American. Born and raised in America. But raised like I was a Mexican. The other day, this guy was singing some nursery rhymes, and he was like, "You don't know that song?" And I was like, "Dude, I grew up learning Vicente Fernandez. That was my childhood." They were like, "Who's that?" I was like, "Exactly."
Well, that's just with...
It's the most famous Mexican singer.
That's just oh, fuck, what is it? It's the 2 Christmassy songs. Oh, Christmas Tree and Silent Night. I don't know them in English. I know them in German.
Mm. My mom
people
knows
think
in
that's
Dutch.
People think that's weird. Why do you know it in German? I'm like, because I had a great-grandfather who came from France who also spoke German. And when we sang things like that at his house, that's what we did. We didn't sing them in English. He would do it on purpose because he wanted you to know that in German.
Mm.
I'm like, at one point, I'd probably do it in English. I don't anymore. Now you're like, yeah, the words are, and I'm like, I'll take your word for it. I don't know. Why? I'm like, I know it in German. And they're like, well, the word night is obviously in it. I'm like, yeah, the word Nacht is in it. Nacht is German for night.
And Dutch.
It's Dutch too.
Mm-hmm.
I know shit in Dutch is Scheiße. It's also that in German.
Mm-hmm. The other day at work, this guy was like, "Do we really know why World War II started?" And I was like, "Do you not know why World War II started?"
In the words of Klaus, what? You don't know why World War II started? No one does. I'm like, if you don't know why World War II started,
you have a problem.
You have some issues.
Crash course history right there. Watch John Green tell you why World War II started.
Just made me think of something that I might play on here and hope I don't get pulled.
Pulled where?
On YouTube.
Oh.
Pulled from YouTube, I should say.
I thought you meant somewhere else.
P-O-L?
What?
Like pull? As
no,
in a pull? Oh, pulled.
Pulled,
ah!
on your dick.
No, I'm the only one that gets to do that at the current moment in time. I'd like to change that, but at the moment it's just me.
Don't look at me like that.
Once again, just me. Shit, now I can't think of it.
We're literally staring at YouTube right now.
Yes. I'm trying to come up with the name. It's
Let's thank our sponsors for today.
don't have any sponsors.
Yeah, we do.
No,
Our
I don't.
sponsors today are Fox. Not given here, not given
give 'em
there. Not given anywhere.
Damn it! Now I can't think of the fucking song.
Fuck this shit, I'm not. We're not sponsored by him. I don't even know who sings that.
I know I misspelled like half that, but I'm just, aha!
The Catholics hate.
Protestants.
Oh.
I remember parts of the song. National Brotherhood Week. That's something you should listen to. It's fucking funny.
Alright. I'll make sure to look that shit up.
You know what? Screw
You
it.
too.
Screw it. I'm just gonna play it. Who is this?
No, I don't do
Who's
it,
this
because if you
chick?
get pulled, then I'll feel sad.
Yeah, true. Alright, I won't play it. Look it up. It's funny. That moment when I couldn't come up with it, but I'm like, I know the words.
Who else are we sponsored by today?
I don't have any
This
sponsors.
podcast was sponsored by Uranus.
We did mention it.
Excreting a lot of gas and ammonia since the beginning of time.
I have a theory that's kind of how the world started. just and then there was land. Anybody got a better explanation? The Bible says actual explanations.
He was like,
not another theory, an actual
he was like,
proof. Yeah.
and then boom, there it was. I watched Paul the other day for the first time.
This is the shit that killed Dylan. Paul Dillon's not dead, isn't he? It's a great movie. I've seen it about 9 times now, and I own it.
I own it now too.
Yeah, it was in the $4.99 thing.
Worth
I was like, it was worth the $5.
Not even mad.
I'm so glad that Meyer finally instituted that, because for the longest time they didn't have a bin, but you had to go looking for little price tags, and then eventually you'd find the box. You're mimicking me talking with my hands.
Find the box.
Find the box.
Put your dick in.
Always gotta find the box. And if you can't find the box, there might be something wrong with you.
Or them.
Oh, there are so many things I wanted to say right there, but I can't. Because the person I wanted to make fun of is very, very influential throughout most people's lives. Fuck it. Yeah,
Caitlyn Jenner?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to say
She
it.
whipped out a dick that was bigger than mine.
But that's not that big of an accomplishment on my end, so. If you were to do that.
Slowly exiting frame. Almost falling out of chair.
Say, I can still see your sleeve.
Fine, I'm leaving. Oh, that's an eyeball. This is going to be a very odd podcast. And I'm actually really excited to watch this.
I say, oh well, shit happens. I was asked by, I think it was
about an hour
Joe.
long.
Oh, normal podcasts are usually about 3.
Holy shit.
But they usually have like this crazy thing that I have only done like 3 times. It's called, they have an actual flow and form, and they have shit written down before they speak.
Yeah, we don't got that.
I don't do that.
We don't have that.
No, I tell people that all the time, even when I do my sports segment, which is normally what the podcast is. But how much of that did you have written down? None of it. I went to a web page and told you what it said on there. Well, you're stealing their information then. No, because I credit them. I tell you, I'm like, I got that information from this. And then I broaden my opinion off of it. I'm basically doing the same thing I did when I was in school when we had to write papers. I quoted someone.
He's citing them.
Yeah, as long as I cite you, it's fair use.
It's very surreal watching yourself do something stupid.
Now you see why I was chewing the sandwich like that.
That's a weird thing.
Especially because there's like a half a... Oh, it's not doing it now. Sometimes it'll freeze up for a second. There's like a half a second pause between you moving. Oh my god.
It's good. Like, if anybody makes a GIF, please don't do that. Don't make a GIF out of this.
Don't.
I mean, if you do, just send it to Lou, but like,
Just send it to me. I mean, I'll find enjoyment in it. No, damn it, who was it? I think it was my cousin. He said he watched an episode. You realize I can see you. He's like, I watched an episode. He's like, and your facial expressions and shit are really weird. I'm like, well, yeah, half the time I have this minimized and I have whatever I'm looking at open so I can't see me.
these are not the droids you are looking for.
It's this, though. These are not the fucks you are looking for.
And again, this episode brought to you by
Bucks.
Bucks. Not given here, not given there, not given anywhere.
Okay, Dr. Seuss. Because I do not like green eggs and ham. I am. But I like on a train. I do not eat them on a plane. That was one of my favorite ones. Because I had a sister named Sam. So.
I think my favorite was 14 Years of Food.
It's either that or
If
the
I
one
ran
about
a
the fish.
zoo.
Either that one or the one about the fish.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish?
Yep. Do you know that he actually was not a doctor?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. Mike, no, he just gave himself that title and no one's ever corrected him.
I'm Doctor Who, bitch.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything. Because I guess
mean,
at some
Doctor
point,
Who's not a doctor. Just a weird motherfucker.
on shrooms.
Time traveling and shit.
Hey, on shrooms.
Turning into different people.
Again, on
Every
shrooms.
generation.
On shrooms.
On shrooms.
On shrooms.
This episode brought to you by shrooms, giving Doctor Who the ability to travel back in time and be different people.
I mean, have you ever taken LSD?
I can say that I haven't.
So can I. Well, maybe. To my knowledge.
Not while I was conscious.
I mean, to my knowledge, I didn't do it.
I was totally unconscious when that happened.
Because there's a theory that Joe talked about on his podcast, and it was with Duncan Trussell, which, by the way, if you were to watch any episodes, the ones with Duncan are fantastic. Duncan Trussell, and fuck, what did he say? It was like, damn it, what's the drug? MD, something MD. Help me.
I don't know. I'm just thinking WMD, but that's...
Yeah, so did I. I was like, that's weapons of mass destruction, so that's not...
I mean, it could be. Could be a drug.
WebMD? I mean, I don't know. But whatever it is, I forget. If you insert just a little bit of that in, like,
Into the tip of your penis.
into a baby, they're like, what would happen? And I was like, that's actually a really good idea. And then I was like, what if he ends up being a fucking retard? And I do not mean mentally challenged. I mean mentally challenged.
I don't mean stupid. I mean retarded.
I mean like his brain is mush. Not like people who have actual diseases. I feel bad for you. No, I mean someone whose brain is mush. So people who went to high school with mush.
Yeah, mostly my grade.
I knew a couple.
For all those who are watching that were in my grade, I'm probably talking about you.
And I'm not going to apologize.
I don't apologize. Fuck this shit, I'm known.
So, what was I doing? I was at my cabin, and my dad said something about "son of a bitch," and you know what I said?
Son of a bitch!
Yep, that was my response. And he was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
He's not gonna know."
I'm just gonna slowly go off on my little banter, and then I'll come back when I come back.
Yeah, that's how most things happen on this podcast. You've watched it. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I come up with something, and then I rant about it for like 5 minutes, and then I'm like, that's how I feel about that.
Well, there was 5 minutes of my life right there.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, the look on Brian's face was great. Are you two just talking into a camera? Yes. We're high right now.
Is that
why this is going. No,
Is
we're
that a
not.
question?
Just look at him. What?
We're actually just talking to the computer.
Technically speaking, I'm just talking.
This is my fourth wall right here, and I'm gonna break it.
We shall break it. Son of a bitch.
Well, there goes your camera.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I was like, no, it's the YouTube channel because I can't live broadcast. I'm sure there's a way around it. I just am not technically smart, so I don't mean technically as in technically. I mean like technology. Thank you, technologically educated. So I don't know how to go around things.
I'm not technically smart. I'm actually really stupid. I just didn't want to tell you.
I just didn't want to say that exact because if I admit that I'm stupid.
If you think that you're stupid, then you probably are a stupid. Now say it with me. I am stupid. Thank you, Dr. Phil.
Oh my god.
That just reminds me of freaking Over the Hedge. Do you remember that movie?
It doesn't end this way. Boom, boom. It doesn't end that way either. Cookie. He drinks the energy drink and he's just walking through things in slow-mo. I'm like, that's probably what it's like.
Yeah. But, oh, man. With the Dr. Phil inside of that movie, they had Dr. Phil, and it's like, if you think that you're a dirtbag, then you probably are a dirtbag. So you gotta say it with me. I am a dirtbag. And I just lost it.
The thing is, we watch as adults, so, like, they're gonna come out with this, like,
Rugrats was so freaking weird.
Yes, it was.
Like, have you ever noticed, like, watching it now?
Like, the grandpa openly talks about porn.
Yeah, and, like, Chucky has, like, midlife crises every once in a while. Like, he just, like, sat in the pen and he was like, he's like, Tommy, life is hard. Sometimes I think it's the hardest thing that there is. I was like, dude, you are a baby and you are having a midlife crisis.
Yeah, I didn't.
You were warning us about the future.
Future. No, the person that warned me about the future was a very old man and he drove a car.
Doc Brown?
Yeah.
That's actually immediately where my head went.
Yeah, it was. So, that's exactly where mine went. Sounds like he's a very old man. And he had a flux capacitor and he went places. Because, what, something go wrong with us in the past again? No, Marty, it's your kids. Your kids are fuck-ups. That wasn't his exact words, but that's pretty much what he said.
It's pretty much what
he was getting at.
Yeah.
Your kid's a fuck.
Your kid's a fuck-up. He fucks up the future.
We gotta go.
So we gotta go back to the future.
Which doesn't make any sense. Because how do you go back to go forward?
You go forward to go forward. You don't go back to go forward.
Unless you're playing Monopoly. Then you might have to go back to go forward. Because technically speaking, you always have to go back to go.
It's true. Maybe. Oh my gosh. No. Even more. Like, Monopoly is just infinity. Yes. Like, that's what it is all the time. Like, you're just going to buy shit.
Well, that explains
why it takes 9.5
and you're
going to keep playing. Yeah. You're just going to buy shit, and you're going to keep going on with your life, and you're just going to make it around. And when you die, and then you die, and then your kids start doing it. And then they die.
So
forever.
In this case,
and an endless cycle of buying things that you don't need and continuing with your life.
So in this case of dying, you mean pretty much just ending up on Boardwalk?
I mean, that's if you land on Boardwalk, you're fucked. You succeeded in life. If you bought it, you bought Park Place, and you have a hotel, you're good. You're good. You're done.
But if someone else owns it, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
Game's over, pretty much. I mean, you are out of money.
That's like getting sued by Donald Trump.
Or by the woman, or by the lady that dumped hot coffee on herself.
That was
at McDonald's.
That's a different thing. That's a completely different thing.
How so?
Did you see images of how burned she was, dude?
Yes. I've had their coffee before. It's hot as fuck.
Like, and it wasn't. Oh man, it was bad. Like, it was horrible.
Yep.
Like, her vagina is gone. It is a melted cunt.
I mean, it looks better than it did before,
but dude,
she pushed out a couple kids. It was already pretty bad.
She got messed up, and that I could see why she sued them for that reason. Like, that's ridiculous.
Their coffee's still that hot too.
They just put a warning on it.
Yeah. Because I used to go with
coffee is hot as fuck.
Because I used to go out with my visual aid lady, and that's what we'd do. We'd swing through McDonald's and get a coffee, and I would stick it in my locker. The only time I pretty much ever visited my locker. I would go to the third hour, and then at lunch I would have coffee. Because by then it was about room temperature. That's 3 hours, by the way. I was like, can you put a couple ice cubes in there? They drop them in there, they disintegrate in half a second. You're like, that did nothing. That was pointless.
I don't really go to McDee's. I don't do fast food, homie.
I go to McDee's every once in a long while, and I get like the same thing. I get the chicken nuggets, and that's pretty much it. I get a 20-piece McNugget and call it good. Because they used to be disgusting, and now they actually taste like chicken. I'm sure that's still not what it is, but it tastes like it anyway.
They just add extra chicken flavoring.
Yeah.
To make it taste like it's...
I mean, how do you think they make ramen noodles so damn delicious?
You know, that's like $1 billion corporation, dude.
What, ramen noodles?
Yeah.
I love ramen noodles. They're delicious.
I know, but like, I have a magazine...
Proof.
Oh,
I
have a magazine subscription to Mental Floss, right?
No, that's right.
And it was just talking about how like they make billions and billions of cup of noodles and ramen noodles. Like it's fucking ridiculous.
And they sell them for $1.
Yeah, and they were made for rations.
That makes sense.
For the Japanese troops. And then
they bet on their own horse.
Well, no. What happened was because what happened was he started making them, right? And the Japanese were like, this is too expensive. We don't want to fund this. And then he came to America, and Americans were like, oh, hell yeah. We can make food in less than 3 minutes. That sounds easy. So then they just decided to buy it.
I cannot put a thumb on who the fuck you're trying to do with an accent there, but I know I recognize it.
It's just American.
It's just America.
It's just America.
It's just the typical, I'm from down south kind of weirdo thing where I think it's wrong for the gays to be married, but I can still fuck my sister, kind of thing.
It's kind of different. Yeah, just like that.
I always thought that was weird.
It sounds like Jeffrey from the late night show with Craig Ferguson when he tries to start talking like a southerner, and then he gets done in the thing, and then he starts talking about stuff, and then he gets.
I think that's chef. I don't know who it probably is from. Lives on Sesame Street, dumbass. That's from The Office.
Take me to the street. I don't even know the song of Sesame Street. I only know Elmo's World.
Same.
Elmo's World.
Gay black dude with a red puppet on his hand. He also is the baby, and he's Baby Sinclair in Dinosaurs. He does the voice.
You just made me think like Elmo is just a red thing with a hand up its ass.
Yep. Which is ironic because the guy that's handling it likes things up his ass because he's gay. He's a gay black guy.
That dude's black?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
That's a mind blower right there.
Yeah, he's a gay black guy. I'm not holding either of those things against him. I'm just saying he's a gay black guy.
There's like 2 minorities right there.
Now, if only he was like half Asian.
If he was a woman, he'd be a gay black woman. And that right there, that's a unicorn.
That's a unicorn.
You killed a black astronaut. It's like killing a unicorn.
Oh my god. We fought this. I feel like I'm missing something. Lana, help me. Space pirates. Oh my god! How can I forget about the space pirates? In that sad moment when everyone's like, Pam is useless, and then in that episode you find out Pam is not useless.
No, dude, Pam slowly becomes a good character.
I like Pam.
She slowly becomes like one of my favorite characters. Just over time. I think one of my favorite moments with Pam was when they all decided to take LSD gummy bears. And Pam's like freaking out because everybody's face is melting and Carol or Cheryl? Is it Carol?
It's both.
Well, whatever she changed it to that time.
The floor was lava and she was like
standing in the toilet. Buck ass and naked, throwing clothes at the ground. How are you alive? The floor is lava. The floor is lava.
And then, damn it, what's the gay guy's name?
Ray
is.
I love Ray. He's like one of my favorite people.
I wanted to know what he would look like if he shaved his mustache off. If he would look gayer, and he does.
He does. M As in Mancy.
I love that. I thought you said N as in Nancy.
No. M.
M.
As in Mancy.
I could see where you could get that confusion.
What? It's made. It has helium or it has hydrogen. What don't you understand?
Obviously,
the core concept. Blah.
Such a good show.
I wish I could just blatantly say that to somebody if I didn't understand. Like, what don't you understand? Well, obviously the core concept.
That was me in math. Why don't you get this? I don't know. Maybe you're not explaining it right. In the case of Mr. Evans, it was never explained right. Congratulations, you regurgitated what the book said onto the wall. I still don't get it.
James Schaefer method.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. I had some good teachers in high school, and then I had some that were absolute shit.
I had some cool teachers, like Tabor. Tabor was one of my favorite teachers, actually. She was super cool.
I had Begaris. That's like one of the top 5 is Begaris. Because she's very chill with you doing whatever you want, just as long as you actually get shit done. And that was like her main core concept. Teachers hated that, actually. Can't believe you let him do that. Well, he got what he needed to do done, didn't he? Yeah, then I don't see why you care. Also because I had her for 2 hours of the day where I just pretty much blew everything off.
You blew everything
Up. I wish.
That's better. That's a little better.
I was asked, actually, by Mr. Wilson. He's like, if you were to try to damage the school, because him and I were talking, we were having a debate about the whole like matches and lighters thing, and I was like, I get why you don't want them because there's places with, like gas and shit in this building, but you can't burn the building down. He's like, what do you mean? Like, the building's made out of concrete.
Blow it up.
It's not going to get very far. And that's what he asked me. He was like, so, like, how would you damage the building then if you were to do it? And I'm like, I'd turn on the natural gas that flows through some of these pipes and turn a blowtorch on in the main room and walk out. He goes, I don't get what your plan is there. I'm like, if you set it in the middle of the hallway, after a while, that gas is going to build up and boom. And he was like, you've thought about this, haven't you? Yeah, I have.
We thought about blowing up TGI Fridays.
I told you what my senior prank was, wasn't it? My idea?
No.
So, we didn't do a senior prank. I got to tell you guys that to start things off. We did not do a senior prank. But mine, what is her name that did it? Older lady. She's actually really cool. I can't think of her name. Anyway, that was in charge of it. Was like, if you guys have any ideas, bring them to me. And like I walked in and was like, yeah, I got an idea. It was okay. I'm going to make pot brownies and put them in the office and see how many people take them. And watch the teachers flip out during the day. And she goes, you can't. No, you can't do that. And I'm like, you contemplated it for a minute. She goes, because it would be funny.
It would be funny.
I'm like, it's not going to hurt you, but it's funny. You could die of anaphylactic shock. That's not going to do it. I'm not going to put, first of all, I'm not going to put that much in there. And secondly, it's just going to be funny. Mr. Wilson, he would be the first person I'd offer one to, just because I want to see. Just have a brownie. And then I told Begaris I was going to do it now that I'm not there anymore. And then she goes, what? I'm like, how are you going to prove it was me? If I just leave brownies in the front office, I'm not supposed to know. Maybe somebody else toasted them. I didn't. It's your word against mine.
Is that what's in those brownies over there?
No, it's not.
Okay.
But if you want one, go ahead. You know the rule.
Eat.
Yeah. You can have it if you want. I don't give a shit. Who was it that I was talking to when they did that? Do you want a cookie thing or something? I looked and went, no, because I don't have any in my house. It depends. You buy it? But yeah, no.
What does this button do?
Which one?
The space bar.
Probably stop.